So now you guys know what a digital product is, but many of you all, beyond that initial ideal, you lose interest because maybe you're not techie, maybe you're not a digital designer, maybe those are all thought processes that are going through your mind. However, don't let those notions hold you back. I am going to help you in this video. I'm going to simplify different file types you should use for different digital downloads. We're going to talk about sizing. We're going to talk about resolution, all the industry standards, and we're also going to list a post together on Etsy, a digital download. So if that all sounds good to you, stay tuned and let's jump right into this video. If you're new to my channel, my name's Bianca. I'm a wife, I'm a mom of 3 boys, I'm a business coach, and I'm an online Etsy seller. I specialize in digital downloads in my Etsy shop, and I've also run 3 successful online businesses. So I want to help you scale your business, your dreams, whatever it is, to the next level and let you do what you love full time. So if that sounds good, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. So first off, let's talk about raster and vector files. They are completely different, and we need to know the difference when listing digital downloads. So raster images, they are a pixel-based grid system. So basically, all the image has tiny little pixels that's making up that image. When you zoom in on these pixels, you can shade them different, color them different. It's perfect for photography or anything that has a lot of detail in it, like a detailed graphic. However, when you need to scale a raster image, you're going to lose quality and you're going to look more distorted the more that you scale it. And so therefore, it's not really good if you have like a ton of clean lines you need to be saw, such as like a logo. You want those really clean, sharp, crisp lines. So that is where a vector file comes in. A vector file is completely different. It is more of a mathematical based system, and it can be scaled indefinitely. So vector files are good for like cutting files, like for Cricut or Silhouette. You have to have SVGs for a cut file. And also vector files are good for, like I said, logos. Anything that isn't really detailed needs to be in vector format. The only thing that really is good for raster format is like really detailed graphics or photographs. Some of the most common raster file types are PNG, JPEG, TIFF, GIF, PSD. And some of the most common vector files would be AI, SVG, PDF, EPS. Okay, let's talk about JPEG first. JPEG is a very popular format for raster files. It's probably the most popular listed on Etsy. It's wonderful for anything like photographs that's detailed because it has those pixels in those raster images that are just so awesome when you're coming with shading and coloring. So it's really good for detailed graphics and also like detailed photographs. JPEGs are not easy to scale, but they are very popular in the raster world because they are very easy to size down. You can save them to a very small file size, and that is a popular thing because it saves people's data on their computers and obviously Google Drive and anywhere that you would put it, Dropbox. The smaller the file size, the more lucrative it is in the digital world. Second thing we're going to talk about is PNG files. PNG files are also very popular on Etsy. They are images that can be saved with a transparent background. They do have a larger file size, so if you're actually saving an image with a background, I would recommend saving it as a JPEG. However, if you are wanting some images to layer on top of each other, or maybe you're selling t-shirt designs for Sublimation World, you're going to want to use a PNG file. They have a transparent background, which is perfect for those kind of projects because you can move them around and create those digital elements. They're good for digital planners, so you can make stickers. All of that is great as a PNG file, and you can really shine that detail in there with the raster-based imaging. Just remember, PNG files are raster-based and cannot be scaled indefinitely. PDF files are portable document files. They are actually vector-based, and they're perfect for multi-page documents, such as like digital planners or calendars or anything you're going to want to print out. These are great for listing on Etsy, And as you can imagine, they're super high quality because they're vector based. However, they can contain raster based images. So PDFs are a great little file, and they are a part of a lot of the printables on Etsy. SVG is the next file type we're going to talk about, a scalable vector file. So obviously this is a vector file. It can be scaled. These are perfect for cutting projects on your Cricut or your Silhouette or even laser cutting machines. You're definitely going to want to verse yourself in SVG files because this is the first file type people with those kind of machines are going to be looking for. So as a digital seller on Etsy myself, I want to give you a few pro tips that I think is very important. With the first one being, make sure you're considering your buyer when you're selling digital items. Think about what it is. If it's a digital planner, think about the different file types you can offer that in that is going to make it easier on your buyer, because you never know what this buyer is going to do with it. You don't know if they're going to take it to a print shop that maybe only prints in a certain format. Maybe they only print in PDF files. So the second pro tip is always think about sizing and what your customer is going to need size-wise. You can get an idea of this by checking out other listings that are, you know, what you're going to list similar. So if you're listing a digital planner, go look at other people's digital planners. But like, you know, if you're listing party invitations, you know that's going to be 4x6 or 5x7. You know, if you're listing wall art, the most common size is 8x10, 16x20. So just browse around, get some good ideas on sizing, and try to make your size similar, because these top sellers, they already know what sizes are selling, and that's the ones they're listing. With that being said, you can always offer multiple sizes, again, adding value for your buyer. My third pro tip is just to be patient with people who maybe aren't so techy, because they may write you and say, I don't know how to unzip a zip file if you've sent a zip file, which a lot of people will recommend you to send zip files because you can zip down a lot of information into them, and then they just unzip them themselves when you send the download. However, I skirt on the edge of recommending those because a lot of people are not tech savvy. Even the people buying your files are not tech savvy. So I would always make sure that you consider them. And even if you do offer zip files, you offer a way to get a hold of you, and you offer excellent customer service so that if you need to email them unzipped, you can. Okay, so now we're at the computer, and I'm going to go over basically just how to list a digital item on Etsy. This is a super basic tutorial. Just going to hit on the major points of listing an item on Etsy that is digital. New to Etsy, this is what it's going to look like. I set up a dummy shop so I can show you how to get your shop set up. But first, today we're just going to do a digital listing. So you're going to click your shop manager, which is right here. Once you've set up your Etsy shop, you're going to have a shop manager. Now you can see it even says final stretch, add your items to start selling. You're going to click add a listing. When you click add a listing, first thing you'll do is add you a photo, okay? I'm just going to grab a photo. Let's say I wanted to sell this Ford tumbler image. But I would actually, if I was listing this like for real life, I would put do not copy, do not copy, do not copy. On top of it, I would watermark it in Canva. We'll do all that in future videos, but right now it's just we're listing a digital item on Etsy. So make sure you subscribe and follow if you want to see the future videos on that. But then you would list, you know, you put a good title, so maybe Ford Tumbler PNG file for sublimation, maybe. And obviously we'll go over SEO, keywords, tags, titles, all of that in future videos. And I do a video each and every Friday, but this one's just basically for listing a digital item on Etsy. So you're going to put you made it, you're going to put it's a finished product, and you're going to put you made it this year. Then you're going to go to the category and you're going to type in digital, and you could either use digital clip art down there, but I think it's more under, let's see, yeah, so I would actually put it under digital image in digital, because that's like a tumbler wrap. But we'll get into this in future videos. But you'll choose a category, then you can fill in all of this that you want to fill into, but it's all optional through there. until you get down here where you're going to have to click that it's, if you want it to renew automatically as it sells, which I highly recommend, and then click digital. Then you're going to list you a description. I'm just not even doing that at the moment because I'm just showing you a basic listing. Then you're going to add your tags. I highly recommend adding all 13 tags. So you just put something like digital download, that would be a tag, maybe Tumblr, PNG, that would be a tag, and then you would go further on, and then you would list the price. So say it was $5, and then say you wanted to put 1,000. Well, it can only go to $9.99. I normally put 500, but you can put whatever you want, and as it sells, it deducts it down, and then you can always add more back. Because a digital file, if you have it set up as automatic like I recommend you to do, it's just going to renew every time it sells for 20 cents. So then you're going to upload your file. You'll just click upload file. You'll find your file and you will put it there. And down here it's going to tell you that there's no returns or exchanges on digital products. That's how it will list it. You can always change that to your suiting, but all digital products are no returns or exchanges. And I just hit preview. It's going to load forever, so I'm just going to hit back to continue editing. But then all you would do is hit save and continue and then list your item, and that's as easy as it is. Super duper easy. So when it comes to software, there's tons of programs you can use to design your digital images. And start with the industry standard, which is Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. Adobe Illustrator is more for your vector images, and Adobe Photoshop is more for your raster-based images. Both are amazing programs, but I wouldn't say they're so beginner-friendly. If you're looking for more beginner-friendly, I would take Canva into consideration. You can use my link down below and get a 30-day free trial of the Pro, which I highly recommend the Pro because there's actually a free version of Canva, but if you don't pay the $12.99 a month and do the Pro, you don't get all the templates and all the stuff that makes it easy as a beginner. But Canva is amazing for beginners. It's $12.99 a month, which I think is a steal for everything you get. And you get templates and fonts and all kinds of stuff, brand colors. You can do anything you want, create your own logos within Canva. So Canva is a great resource. Next, I want to talk about Procreate. Procreate is another great app. You can download it in the App Store. You can use it with your Apple Pencil. It's great for sketching and drawing out images. Again, this is more raster-based images. And then I also like Corel Draw. Corel Draw is good for vector-based images. It, again, though, is not very beginner-friendly. And also, there's plenty more software I want to touch on, but just know that all these are really not very beginner-friendly. The two that I would say are beginner-friendly is Canva and Placeit. Placeit is the next one I was going to talk about. Placeit is another one that has all kinds of templates, super easy for beginners. It gives you tons of templates and easy to use. Then you have Inkscape, which is free, but again, it's not beginner-friendly, and basically it's like the free version of Adobe Illustrator. And then you have GIMP, which is like the free version of Adobe Photoshop. Of course, these don't come with all the options. However, they are a free version, so you can't complain. But I will say they're not beginner-friendly, but they are awesome to hop on and try to test out. But again, as beginners, I would try Canva and Placeit to start out, and then you can branch out. I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and make sure you subscribe and like so that you can see my next videos coming up on all things Etsy and also all things making money online, because that's what we're about here.